you guys want to support us even further, check out our Patreon. The link is in the description. All right, guys, we're in for another episode of 5 for Talking. I'm here with Caps and Campo. We're going to do our second round playoff predictions. So, Nick, who do you got here?
I got to pull it up, man.
Well,
John, you can go first, man. I'll pull mine.
all right, I'm going to go over the brackets first. So let's start in the West. You have Nashville versus St. Louis. The series right now currently is 1-1. My pick was Nashville. These picks were already in. Our producer had them, so you can tell we're not cheating. So Nashville was my pick.
St. Louis was mine.
Nashville was mine as well.
Why St. Louis?
Yeah.
I just felt that they had the scoring power to get through the series, man. I didn't realize in the beginning how good Nashville was. They were just like, I didn't think they would go get this far anyway. But
I don't know if they had scoring power. I was more impressed by the defense and
but this, you got to remember, this
Jake
was at
Allen.
the time when I made the pick.
Yeah.
Now it's like
I don't know. They don't really have much scoring power minus Tarasenko.
Yeah, Jake Allen's on fire too right now in the playoffs. He's rolling well. And
I
then you
didn't
got-
realize that Subban was on the second pair, eh? I thought he was on the
He was
top
originally on the top pairing with Yossi, but it wasn't working out. So they thought it's more balanced now because you have talent all the way down. They have the best defense, maybe in the whole NHL, easily top 3.
pair. I just didn't realize how good they were. I didn't know. I didn't realize it.
Well, when you can give up a guy like Weber and not truly be that affected, then you have something special there. Anyways, next team in the bracket is Anaheim versus Edmonton. It's currently 2-0 for Edmonton, and I screwed up because I picked Anaheim.
Yeah, as did I.
Still early, guys. Sorry,
Yeah.
Well, you had to get a win eventually, right, Nick?
Yeah, well, I picked the Oilers, and I'm still sticking with the Oilers. So
I picked Anaheim. I thought they were like a souped-up version of San Jose.
That's
They
exactly
can
what I
definitely put up
said.
a nice fight.
They're just a
Against
quicker,
Edmonton.
stronger version of San Jose.
but I felt the difference between San Jose and Anaheim is that Anaheim's got the two biggest agitators in the NHL, and Perry and Kessler. And I thought that if they can get under the skin of the star players for Edmonton, they'll get through the series.
Well, every team that's faced Edmonton has done a good job of eliminating McDavid. Like, I mean, he is getting his points here and there. He's going to get his points. But
Anaheim has done a great job of stopping him.
Yeah.
Like, if you look at the overall stats, yesterday they outshot them by like 20. It was like 17 shots or 15 shots more than for Anaheim, and they're out-checking them by like double every game and out-face-off winning them. I can't understand how they can't score.
And nobody wants a piece of Getzlaf either.
So I guess that goes to show how valuable Cam Talbot is.
Cam Talbot sucks. Anyways.
Why? How does he suck? How does he suck?
Cause he's not good, man.
Based on what?
I'm not saying he's the worst goalie, okay? He's not a top 10 goalie, as is same with Fleury, same with
think he
Crawford. There are goalies that are on a good team. If you
Name me 10 goalies.
why wasn't Talbot good before? Why is he 29 years old and just getting a start now? Why wasn't he good last year?
Because the morale of the team.
Why wasn't he
it's
good
bumping
last
him
year?
up.
Why wasn't
He's
he good
feeling
last
it.
year?
He's feeling
Because
it.
his team is good now. That's why.
He's feeling it.
I'm not saying he's bad. Any starting goalie in the NHL has the potential to be good. It's just what team they play for.
Yeah, I thought he was a good goalie before. I just thought that the team just got better, and now he's.
I'm
playing
still
good.
not putting him as like a top tier goalie. He's not up there.
The way he's playing, it looks like he is.
Well, no,
man.
I saw the highlights and stuff. They were talking about his saves as well. And a lot of the shots were more or less right at him. So he's in the right place at the right time. Not a lot of traffic in front of him either. He's seeing the shots.
No, he's a starting goalie. That's his job. He's not bad. He's not top. Anyways, moving on to the Eastern Conference. First matchup, Ottawa versus New York Rangers. It's currently 1-0 Ottawa, and the game is on as
It's
we're
1-1.
Look at the
talking.
score. It's 1-1. Come on, man.
The series is 1-0.
Score is 1-1.
The series.
I went for the Rangers.
I went for the Rangers as well.
I went Ottawa. They're already winning 1-0 series. It's 1-1 right now. They're at home. They're gonna win today.
Same team that can't get any support from their fans. They can't even sell out.
What I read about that? That's messed up. They actually had over a sellout the 3 home games from the last series. The one game their stadium only holds 18,500. They had over 19,000 people. And then the last game was 16,000. Like, what happens? You made it to the second round and you gave up on your team?
I don't know. Strange place, I guess.
You never know. It could have been like no one could make it out. Traffic, who knows?
Who knows? Another
All 20
controversial
people.
comment.
20 people in Ottawa.
Well, I'm still going for the Rangers. I still think that Lundqvist is going to hold his team together. And I mean, look at his look at he had a .953 save percentage last game, and he had 45 shots against them. I mean, that's
exactly
crazy.
why I stuck with them as well.
That's crazy.
I'll give them credit. I'm not saying
in
they're
a
bad.
losing effort, he made
Lundqvist
43
is amazing.
saves.
Lundqvist is outstanding.
Yeah.
And they have probably the best defensive forwards in the NHL. Like, you have Nash, you have Zibanejad, you have Hayes, you have Kreider, like they have Stepan? Yeah.
Yeah.
They're all their forwards are defensive forwards, which kind of is a problem. They don't have anyone to score any goals.
They're still finding a way to do it though.
Yeah, they're not crazy like blowing teams away. Like all the Montreal games were 2-1, but that was also because Montreal couldn't score.
Yeah.
This is not to take away anything from Craig Anderson. Craig Anderson's doing very well too.
He is.
Close to 35 shots last game, and in a winning effort. I mean, that's still pretty good.
He's the most underrated goalie of the last 5 years.
But to me, when you talk about Ottawa, it's Carlson.
Yeah.
Oh,
this guy is in his league of his own. I thought he was good before, but this guy is an elite player.
Best
bar
defenseman.
None. Best defenseman. Beats out everyone, and to me, in my opinion, he's getting the Norris.
Some would say the Aki Berg of our generation.
Yeah, if we had that type of player before, that's okay. You know what? I'm not going there. I am not going there because I already had my rant. I'm not going there. Forget it.
But yeah, no, I agree. Carlson, that's why I picked him to win the Norris. Neither one of you guys picked him, did you? I'm pretty sure you both picked Burns.
No, I picked Carlson and we could probably go back, but
whatever. It's on record. It's too late. He picked both to win.
I picked both.
Can't lose. Anyways, on to the second game or the second series of round 2. It is Pittsburgh versus Washington, and I picked Washington.
So did I.
Mm,
I picked Washington as well.
The only reason why I picked Washington is because I still think that Crosby and Malkin are two whiny little bitches.
Yeah. I'm not disagreeing. and every time they face each other in their career, Ovechkin has outplayed Crosby.
Yeah, I just thought that Washington's a better all-around team than Pittsburgh. Like in every aspect.
They're a much better team overall.
Throughout the whole lines.
The way I look at Pittsburgh is they're a Chicago Blackhawks. There's one good player on every line, and then one good defenseman, one defensive defenseman, and a goalie. And the rest of the team is just like whatever else.
They're missing their best defenseman. The thing.
Yeah, that's what I mean. But that's how they build their teams, right?
Their blue line also took
same with LA is like the same style of building their team, but Washington's so well rounded and everybody could play deep. Every line has a defensive player and a scorer and a solid centerman. So like, I don't know. I can't even understand how they're losing. It's 1-0.
1-0.
It just seems as though Pittsburgh wants it more. That's what it looks like to me.
All I know is that I saw Kuznetsov score and go full bird, man. Yeah. That was amazing. He was literally going cacaw. You could see his mouth doing it. It was hilarious.
That's like one of the best Celtics I've ever seen.
Yeah, but
then again, it's still early.
That was a good game, though. That was a good game.
Yeah.
Washington really pounded them out in the third period. It's physical. I like that they hate each other.
Yeah, scrums after whistles.
It's just it's painful to see the two best teams left in the playoffs having to face each other in this round. So that's why we know that the winner of the cup is definitely not going to be a top tier team unless it's one of those two, right?
Yeah, I don't understand.
They're going to be out too. One of them's going to be out too early, pretty much.
It doesn't make sense for the brackets. It's the same as basketball. Sorry,
yeah.
But like, why do the good teams have to face the good teams in the first round? That's why baseball's made like that. So the teams that win, you played 162 games, you get to play. You get to have like a chance to go to the finals. You don't have to face the best team in the next round automatically.
Like, it would have been good for them to be a matchup.
There's 2 more rounds.
Finals. I know.
They go to like right now.
Yeah.
Well, maybe the NHL will fix their brackets come a year or two. I don't know.
They should have just left it.
Like Montreal had to face New York.
Yeah, I don't understand the wild card.
I guarantee you Montreal would have paid their whole salary to anyone to get to face Ottawa, Boston, or the Leafs rather than New York Rangers.
Yeah.
Like we said, the Rangers wanted that so bad. They waited just to face Montreal. They knew they could beat Montreal. They held that spot just to make sure they faced them.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure Montreal thought that they could beat New York as well. So
Yeah.
like,
But you wouldn't rather have faced a team that you've been beating for 100 years?
no, I know.
Yeah.
Well,
Anyways, yeah, I don't know.
I think the Anaheim series too with Edmonton, a lot of physical play from Anaheim.
They all look like they're going to be solid physical series. Maybe a little bit less on the Rangers, Ottawa. But Ottawa is all grinders. That's why, like, at Burrows, MacArthur, like, they have some serious diggers. Stone.
I agree. But going back to the Edmonton series, it's nice to see other players contribute, and it doesn't always have to be Connor McDavid.
Yeah, that's exactly why they're winning though.
Yep.
It's because all the lines are rolling right now. Now every line is pumped. You have guys getting 4 points a game that, you know what I mean? No one would expect it from them.
The defensive core, absolutely amazing, man.
Larson 2 goals.
Larson 2 goals. Chris Russell.
That team is going to be one of those bamboozler teams that all of a sudden next year everyone's going to be throwing money at. Let me buy it. Let me get Eberle. Then they're going to go to another team and they're going to suck. Like, that's how I feel about it. It's all phony stats right now.
But Eberle hasn't even really done much, to be honest with you.
No,
this
but
year
that's
and even in the playoffs.
It's someone that everyone always wanted to get, and look at him now.
Like, I can
why
see
would you
someone
want him?
jumping more at Draisaitl or jumping more at
Yeah, but
Testu.
the two guys they're going to sit on forever now in their front end is Draisaitl and McDavid. The rest of the team is going to be expendable. Take it as you leave it.
Well, that's exactly what Las Vegas is going to do next year. They're going to just go around, spend all kinds of money, just bring in as many players as they can, just to like make their team.
I believe they're not going to be the worst team in the NHL.
Well, I mean, we have the draft lottery coming up in a few hours. They're in the draft lottery. We'll see where they fall.
They have odds for third, right? It was you telling me that. They have.
Yeah, they get the odds for third place. So it's Colorado, Vancouver.
Oh, okay. So then when
them
they start
and Phoenix are tied.
with their inception next year, they already get a decent player.
Yeah, and not to mention you're gonna get probably Fleury or Ben Bishop in net, so that's not that bad. You're probably gonna get one good defenseman. You're probably gonna get 2 good forwards. They're not gonna end up with any stars.
I see Patrick Sharp going over there. Not to say that he's a star or anything like that, but I see Sharp going.
Well, he's not gonna be protected. That's what they're gonna do. They're gonna gather all the players that have had good seasons in the past that maybe had a slip that teams are gonna leave unprotected.
What else do you want to talk about? You want to talk about Buffalo? Like, who would have thought that Eichel would have a lot of say in who he would want as a coach? That's crazy. I've never seen that before. Like, well, maybe LeBron, but I've never seen how a player can allegedly go up to upper management and say that they don't want this guy as a coach. Meanwhile, this coach won the Stanley Cup for Pittsburgh.
Yeah, no coach won a Stanley Cup for Pittsburgh. Sidney Crosby won Stanley Cups for Pittsburgh. That's like saying the coach won cups with having that Edmonton team. Yeah, you had Gretzky and Messier. I'm sure you were gonna lose like eventually.
What are you talking about? That same coach for Edmonton was there when Gretzky left. They won 90.
Yeah, their team was just as good minus Wayne Gretzky.
Mine's the best player in the world? Seriously?
You have Mark Messier. You had Glenn Anderson. You probably still had Paul Coffey at the time. I don't even remember. You had goaltending.
I would have to check that, but I don't know if Paul Coffey was there at that time. I know he.
I'm pretty sure he left to go to Pittsburgh right the year that Pittsburgh won the cup, which was the next season, in the trade deadline.
When did Curry go to? I wonder when Curry went to.
I think
LA.
it was that year too.
Same year?
I'm pretty sure they disbanded the whole team at one point. I'm not 100%. I was like 1 or 2.
I always wondered why they dismantled that team like that, man. Like,
couldn't afford it. That was a time of no salary caps, I don't think. And they had no money. They were going bankrupt, Edmonton. They had nothing left.
Yeah, but when they gave away Gretzky to LA, they dumped a crap load of money to Peter, what's his name, Peter Pocklington, just to save the team. What do they do? What do you do
they
with all that money?
saved the team 20 years later.
What did they do with all that money? Anyway,
he took the money and ran, just like that guy from New York Islanders that was all a big con. But
well, fast forward, what are we in now? 2017.
30 years later.
30 years later, you got Connor McDavid. You got like
and the
great
Scraps.
defensemen.
You got Connie and the Scraps.
Scrubs.
Well,
no, because Scrubs are probably useful. I don't know, man. I don't care for Edmonton at all.
Why?
I don't
They built like an
care.
old school team. You got goons to protect your stars, and then you got
I like the
fillers.
days of when they had Jason Arnott and Doug Waite. I like those years of Edmonton.
I go back a little more when they had Gretzky.
Oh yeah,
Wait.
Get out of here.
Hold on a second. So who's your favorite Canadian team besides Toronto?
Ottawa.
Oh God, shame on you.
They're from Ontario.
Gives a shit. They're crap. They don't even have enough fans to fill up the arena. They're in the second round.
They have
enough
exactly
fans to fill up the arena. Shame on them,
20
man.
seats in the stadium and 10 people living there. So they're just 10 people short of filling the stadium.
So what do you want? What would you say?
It's
Everybody in there are New York fans?
No, it's for the people that show up for like out of town.
There's more New York fans than the population of Canada. There's more people in New York.
Okay, so wait a minute. If you're gonna rate your Canadian teams, like your favorites, okay, go ahead. Tell me.
Toronto.
Yeah.
And then like a 17 space gap. And then Ottawa, Montreal, Winnipeg. And then another 50-foot gap. That's like 10 times bigger than the first gap. Edmonton. And then 75 million kilometers. And then Calgary. And then I hate Vancouver so much. They're my most hated team along with Detroit.
You gotta talk some sense to this guy, man. Okay, well, what are yours?
Well, hold on.
I don't know, man.
If you're making a list of favorite Canadian teams, every one of those teams is going to be on it. So you can't give me a stupid face like, oh, you like Montreal here. But like, they're all going to be on it eventually.
Yeah. Only a certain amount of people just heard what I just said. And the only reason why I say that is because I have so many friends that love Montreal that love to stick it to me. How much the Leafs suck? Well,
Well, you got two teams for me ahead of that. If the Leafs somehow get eliminated by Montreal, which would never happen, I got Ottawa next.
I'm so sorry.
Okay, so give me what's your teams.
Well, I'm pretty sure I asked Anthony first, so I'll give you my teams. So
Go for it.
Okay, obviously Toronto number one. I can tell you the last two teams, Ottawa and Montreal. They're like at the bottom of the shithole.
So I'm guessing next is Edmonton.
Next will be Edmonton. Next is Calgary.
Is that because you went to the games
Somebody has spent time in Alberta.
Yeah.
And
Vancouver, I'm guessing. Well,
Vancouver.
Winnipeg or Vancouver?
I would say Winnipeg, then Vancouver.
Yeah, I don't like Vancouver.
Yeah.
Well, did you say it already? I don't know.
I'm waiting for you guys to finish up your little scrum.
All right, jump in.
All right, so I'm obviously Toronto. Probably go with Ottawa. Then go with a little Edmonton action. Winnipeg. Calgary. Who else am I missing? Montreal. Vancouver. Is that everybody?
Yeah, so we all hate Vancouver, it's proven, and we all like Winnipeg at the exact same spot.
Do we? Oh, okay.
At the 4 spot.
I don't know. I like the old Winnipeg Teemu Selanne days.
If we could throw in those Jets, that would be my second favorite team.
Sames.
Was Shane Doan on one?
Yeah.
Yeah, the last year before they
had Kachuk, they had Roenick. Oh, well, the Roenick
came. On there?
Roenick came for the Phoenix. No. They had Kachuk. Who did they have? They had
You want to bring back some old teams? What about
Selanne,
the Nordiques?
Phil Housley.
Yeah.
Oh, Nordiques would be up there too for me. But when you had like an epic team, Sundin, Forsberg, Sakic.
Well, yeah. If Quebec was still in the NHL, I'd put them up there.
They're gonna get a team. From what Gary Bettman says, and I don't believe anything he says, they're first in line to get the next team.
Well, from what I understand, they were supposed to be in the NHL like a year after Winnipeg came in.
Well, Seattle's also making a heavy duty push, but it would make sense if they also made a Seattle team eventually, because then it would even out the sides. It would be 16 and no, it would be 17. What is it? It's 15 and 14 or 16-14 right now. Now with Las Vegas, it's 16-15. So yeah, it would still be one short in the West. But Seattle's building a brand new whole sports complex based on trying to get a hockey and a basketball team.
Well, for a while we were supposed to get a Hamilton team, right?
I don't want that. I don't want another Toronto team.
No, because that's going to hurt Buffalo.
Yeah, it's going to hurt everybody. It's going to hurt Ottawa. It's going to hurt Toronto. You're going to lose fans everywhere. It's going to hurt Detroit probably. Who knows?
Yeah, Ottawa's going to lose 10 people.
Then they'll have nobody in the stadium.
And they'll only have 10 people left out of the 20.
It could be worse. You could be at a Leaf game where 95% of the people there are from the middle of nowhere. or know nothing about hockey.
I used to hate Ottawa back in the day with Daniel Alfredson when they used to eliminate us all the time in the playoffs.
Damn friggin' Skippy.
Yeah.
When this guy friggin' checked Darcy Tucker from behind, and then he scores the winning goal and eliminates the Leafs out of the playoffs. Clearly, I checked from behind. It's okay. I don't hold any grudges.
Yeah, you lost that because you didn't have Aki Berg playing.
I think he was playing. That's why they did so crap.
Was he still there? I don't know. Who cares? You suck.
Oh, man.
Like, it's good. We're good.
We're good?
We're good. Me, Dion's wife. Who knows?
Oh, God.
The Ottawa Senators going to the finals, baby.
Zach Parise.
Yeah, people here shaking their head after that comment, eh?
No one's shaking their head. Leave a comment.
Let's just hope it's not Dion Phaneuf.
I'm afraid of Dion Phaneuf. I'm just waiting for Zach Hyman to give us a call.
Why? We love Zach Hyman.
Yeah, I love Zach Hyman on the Marlies. Anyways.
He'd be the league leader.
Babcock loves him too much. He won't be on the Marlies.
We'll see. Let's talk about, do you want to read some of the comments? Some questions?
Sure. I thought one particular comment was pretty cool.
Was it by CPAR?
No. Canada Dangles.
No.
Wait, I want to read, let's go CPAR. It's quick.
Want to go CPAR?
Yeah, okay.
Who do you dislike more right now? Puck possession Monster Hyman or shutdown D-Man Marinson? Marinson. I've accepted Hyman. I even commented. I accepted Hyman. I can live with him. He should be on a fourth line or like as a 17th player, like hanging out in the background. But Marinson is so much worse. He's the reason they got scored on in that last game twice.
I know. I go with Marinson as well. Definitely. Yeah. This is
did I almost open up the rant? Did I pop the lid off?
All right. First of all, CPAR, thanks for your comment. I'm going to skip this question because I just hate them both.
All right, we're skipping.
All right.
No, I'll answer the question. Right? Okay.
All right.
I'll answer the question.
I'll
answer the question. Marinson is the worst out of the two. And you pretty much said it. The last two goals of this year for the Leafs were scored on. Totally Marison's fault. And yeah, I would take Hyman out of the two. Can't believe I just said that, but
all right, James Himesworth. Let's go. Read the next one.
Canada Dangles.
Yeah, thanks for your comment. Reads, I like Hyman. Maybe not with Matthews all the time, but it makes sense why he was with Austin all year. He wins the battles. He's brutal at shooting. Can't stick handle either, but he's the only guy on that line to actually go in the dirty areas on that line. Matthews will go into the corner, but he's not being physical. He's just getting his stick in there. Personally, Hyman should be a third liner, but for this year, I understand why he was with Matthews. But next year, it will be Cap and Matthews Nylander line. Cap goes into the boards and battles like Hyman, and he's has awesome speed and skill. Also, Cap and Nylander are best friends off the ice as well, so look for that to translate to the next ice next season. You guys want to take that?
I'm going to agree with you. I think that line should have been set up this year, though. Get the boys rolling, get the chemistry going.
I'm up. And just figure out that he's not a third line player. He's a fourth line player. You know what? I won't take that away from you. You're not wrong. I just don't like him. I do believe that Kapanen will be on a line with Matthews and Nylander and that they will be up. And he was on the third line, just so you know, that was the third line, Kapanen, or Hyman, Matthews, Nylander.
Well, they switched it up throughout the year.
Yeah, but most of the year they were the third line, if you look at projected lines, even when they show it on the TV. But I agree, Kapanen, Matthews, Nylander, that's going to be an amazing line. I'm looking for JVR probably to be out after this year, so you'll see the Bozak line probably drop down to third.
You really think JVR will be out next season?
Yeah, I think, I'm not 100%. If he stays... it's going to stay the same lines, probably maybe a jumble here or there. But I don't think he has 1 year left. They're not going to re-sign him. Guys in his category will be are making like 5.5 to 7 million. So the Leafs are not going to pay that with all the contracts that are going to be coming up, right?
So would you say the same thing about Bozak? He's got 1 year left on his contract.
I think they'll re-sign Bozak because I think you can reasonably get him. Bozak will be like a $4 million.
I don't think he'll cost that much, and I think he wants to stay.
Yeah, you could get Bozak for like $4 million and lock him up for 7 years.
I don't know. I think they'll sign JVR just for the fact that they have no depth.
But if you keep the lines the way they were, okay, except you remove Connor Brown and put like Marner on the first line with Komarov and Kadri, and then you make the second line Kapanen, Matthews, Nylander. You make the third line like Bozak, Connor Brown, and you draft a guy this year or your best guy coming up from the Marlies, maybe like
Or Hyman.
Yeah, no man, no. You put Hyman on that last line. Maybe you put Hyman there. Maybe it's just a grinder line. Who knows, right?
I think we got to deal with the fourth line the most, in my opinion.
I think if you keep Boyle and Martin together, as long as you give them someone who's like Soshnikov, right? We forgot about Soshnikov.
Yeah, you got Levo too.
You could put Soshnikov on the Bozak line, or you could put him on the first line and instead of Marner. But I would put Marner. Either way, it doesn't matter. They're a good team. They're going to be good.
Yeah, I think the only reason why Kapanen was on the fourth line is because I think Babcock felt he needed some skill on that line, just to battle with the opposition. But yes, I do agree with you. Next,
I don't feel like they would have called up Kapanen if those players didn't get injured.
But
I think he wanted Kapanen in the beginning of the year, but I just thought that he was injured.
Yeah, and they also he was doing so well in the Marlies. You don't really want to shake him up, like they did what they did last year. You brought up the young guys towards the end. Give them a little experience, but then he had to keep playing through the playoffs with injuries, right?
Yeah.
But I agree. I think Kapanen will be a part of that line next year with Austin.
I've been calling Kapanen since the beginning of the year, maybe even from last year. Give him a shot because he has so much speed.
Wait a minute, is Kapanen a left winger?
You know what? I don't know.
Matter at this point. I guess he could adjust anyway.
All right. Guys, for the comments, leave a comment next time and we'll answer it. If you have any questions, let us know. We'll be more than happy to answer it. Drop a couple brain busters down there. Before we go, you got anything to wrap this up? Actually, you know what? I got a rant to talk about.
I was just going to go there. You had something that
I got a rant to talk about. I'm looking in the newspapers. It's the same thing I've been going on about. The Metros, the 24s, Toronto Star, whatever. You have pictures of people like crying in the streets in their Leaf jersey, their head in their hands, saying disappointment on the front page. Disappointment, heartbreak. Why are you heartbroken? What are you disappointed about? They did so good, better than you expected. They've shown us that they're going to be one of the best teams in the NHL, and you're out here, you're heartbroken? Why are you heartbroken? Because you lost to the best team in the NHL, that's why you're heartbroken? No. Get this bullshit off my screen. I don't want to see this stuff anymore. They're a good team. Stop trying to make them feel bad. They're a bunch of young kids. Leave them alone.
I agree, man, because when people ask me, how do you feel about their elimination or how do you feel about their season, my immediate response is optimism, because I know for a fact that for years to come, this team will be a contender. Bottom line.
Final words?
No, I agree with you guys. I think it's just the media trying to blow it up out of proportion.
Yeah, too much.
Something to talk about, something to get everybody to look at. They're trying to turn the fans against the players, it looks like. Also, side note, if you want to see the camaraderie and just have a fun video watch, go check out the Leafs at the Blue Jays batting practice. It's pretty awesome. Matthews hits a home run.
I did see that clip.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. It's pretty funny. I like it.
I think
Marner kept hitting the ball backwards.
Yeah. I think JVR hit a home run too.
No, he kept getting close. He kept hitting the wall. Alright guys, this concludes the episode of 5 for Talking Playoff Edition. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe.
Hey, what's up guys? We here at Roblox Games put a lot of time and effort into our content, and it would be very much appreciated if you could drop a like on this video, and if you enjoy this video, please subscribe to our channel for more content.